reason why I fell in love with skiing was because of the freedom that it allowed me.
There are very few square feet. I don't have like a memory or a turn.
If you get a beautiful ski run, you just fall into the moment.
In British Columbia, Canada, sandwiched between the Rocky and Purcell Mountains, lies the true western town of Golden, BC. Just above Golden is the mountain with iconic terrain, Kicking Horse.
My name is Aaron Enns. I live in Golden, British Columbia. I'm an ACMG ski guide and a mountain artist. These days I'm like considering myself an artist first, actually. That's been with me my whole life, and the guiding was an add-on. At around age 20, I spend more of my time guiding. Even guiding seems like a form of art out there, like the way we draw our lines in the mountains on the way up and on the way down. I ended up in Golden because of some family members. I had an aunt that was pretty dear to me, and she ended up moving out west from Ontario with her husband, and they bought a piece of land in the Blaeberry Valley outside of Golden. And we came out to visit them. I think it was like the summer of '88. I think I was 11 years old. I remember we camped out in the Blaeberry Valley outside of town for like 2 months. I remember learning how to chop wood and stuff. I've been in Golden full-time since 2000. So I stayed in Golden because Kicking Horse opened. I'd gone through a little bit of a rough breakup, and I was wondering what to do with my life. And I looked at my old 200-centimeter straight skis and was like, you should go skiing at Kicking Horse. And yeah, now it's what, 2024, and I'm still here. First year, I joined the volunteer ski patrol at Kicking Horse, which is a way for like a little dirtbag bum to get a free ski pass and do a bunch of learning. So I did that, and luckily they drafted me onto the pro patrol within a year or two. It's almost like a default guide training program. You can learn all like avalanche control, ski cutting. After about 12 years on patrol, I started seeing my friends graduate ski patrol and start into the guiding world, and just felt a little left behind and a little stagnant in my career. So then I got into the guiding thing, really started pursuing my guiding career probably around when I was maybe 30 years old or so. I started working on my resume and building a trip log and taking the additional courses that were required to apply to the ACMG ski guide program, which is a series of 3 or 4 week-long training courses, mentorships, lots of practice, and then a series of exams, and a couple more years of mentorship, and then a final ski guide exam. Literally the ski season in Golden is like 9 months. I start skiing usually by Halloween, and I stop skiing in the summer because no one will go skiing with me anymore. But usually my friends are pretty keen to get out for shreds like well into late May. Just getting ready to load the lift at Kicking Horse. Chucking my ski leashes on, keep the lifties happy because I don't have brakes. Yeah, so we'll go load up the gondola and chat a little bit about risk on the way up the lift. We're gonna get off the lift here. We just made it to the top of Kicking Horse on the Golden Eagle Express. Getting out in the sunshine. So we're gonna just do a really simple check of our avalanche transceivers here and a really simple get to know them.
Alrighty, here we go.
We're gonna check out a couple of zones around Kicking Horse, west-facing aspect into Canyon Creek that has some nice tree skiing. We're expecting it to have a bit of a crust, but there might be some low-angle terrain we can work today. And then we'll probably travel over to like another classic intro to ski touring area called Rudy's Ridge, just outside the ski resort boundary. Yeah, we're just cruising up the Stairway to Heaven chair here, looking over at some of the nice steep terrain at Kicking Horse. Got CPR Peak and CPR Ridge, and as you can see, no shortage of steep aggressive terrain over there too. I spent about 12 years working on ski patrol. Totally love it up here. This is like my home away from home. I can name most of the rocks and trees and stuff up here. I haven't skied all the lines. There's one I haven't skied. That's a joke. Ski area boundary. There's incredible avalanche hazards out here sometimes, but it's at your own risk. So one of the great reasons to hire a guide is so that you can travel outside the ski area boundary and be with someone that understands and can help you manage those risks. So we'll just duck under the rope and see what kind of powder we can find out here today. Yeah, I was thinking just on the right of them, maybe.
Just on the right of them.
Yeah. Sweet.
All right, have fun.
Yeah, have a good run.
Back in town, we went with Aaron to check out some of his local art pieces.
Block prints, photo manipulations, and then some reproductions of my acrylic paintings. Yeah, nicely curated local art gallery. So I got the top two shelves here, looking at some lino prints. So that's like hand carved, you roll on the ink and then you stamp them, kind of like a stamp. And then photo manipulation, so that's taking a photograph and then I combine it with digital art that I've made on the computer and collage it together basically. So we have a couple of those here. This is a photo manipulation of snow crystals, and this is actually backcountry ski touring up at Kicking Horse on the Moeller's Ridge with a handful of my friends. This is like, this is still not my art studio. This is more like my digital studio. And yeah, I'm learning the digital skill set. I do a little bit of music on the side. I don't know, I'm like kind of like a self-diagnosed ADHD artist. So part of what works for me is like having a bunch of different outlooks or outlets I can work on at the same time. So if I can bump from my like digital studio and then go do a bit of block printing for an hour and then put 2 hours in on a painting. At least like I have various points in my house that can keep me engaged. Where I didn't expect to go with my art, I went online to get like some canvas prints made, and I found out that the companies also can put all your art on clothing and stuff like that. So I've totally got sucked into this like little psychedelic clothing line of mine, and I've applied to some music festivals for next summer. And yeah, I went to my first electronic music festival last summer. Yeah, so I'm starting to put my my art on all kinds of different products here. So we've got a photo manipulation on like a dress shirt. And then this is like an athletic jersey, so like something for mountain biking or running in. It's just so fun to play with it. Like you guys would look great in these. So this is like really my studio. This is like where like the full chaos happens, and I can kind of like explode myself in here. So yeah, out front we saw like a couple different versions of this Castle Mountain piece. Now I'm trying to develop my style a bit more, so I'm trying to repeat the same subject matter a couple of times so that I can work on it and develop it. You guys are asking like, do I use like photos for inspiration? Yeah, I do. I don't like have a big detailed photograph, but just something for me to like get my bearings on. And on this one I actually even had to label the different parts of the mountain so that I could transpose them back and forth. I've had wonderful support as an artist from the local community. My future goals are to like work up the courage to actually apply it to some of the art galleries in like Banff and Canmore and the other local towns. It's also how I take care of my back, sitting by the fireplace.
While touring Aaron's house, the topic of safety and transparency arose, and Aaron had this to say.
Yeah, I was in an avalanche guiding. It was like 2 months ago. I got really lucky. At the same time, we made a lot of really good decisions that stopped us from having a bigger event. Yeah, so we had a really problematic layer that was down 60 centimeters. We'd closed more runs than we ever had before, and we had really like tightened our reins. And I just like missed that margin by a tiny bit. Like it was maybe a slope angle difference between 34 and 36 degrees. And some of the group thought it was a fine place to ski. I kind of like had a little feeling about it, but group decision, like guiding group decision, was like that was a fine place to go, and I was okay with it. I saw this little pocket in the trees, just a small glade in the forest. You'd think nothing of it most of the time. Put a little ski cut across the top just to test it, but it was a bit of a too deep layer to test, and then I kept skiing, and then the avalanche broke like 10 meters behind me. Knocked me into a tree. I broke a tree between my leg. That was about that big around, so I got pretty good impact there. And then I got like the avalanche accelerated super fast, probably 60, 80 kilometers an hour. I was tumbled downhill through the trees, and I ended up buried up to my neck in a pretty uncomfortable position. So luckily no one else was involved, and I was on top of the snow surface, so those were really good things. And then yeah, the rest of the team and the clients came down and they dug me out, and I was able to wait there and continue moving around. But yeah, I'm actually stopped working after that trip, and I've been in recovery since then. It's triggered some different issues here and there. So yeah, it's like super hard on the ego to admit those things that they happen. But like the reality is we do operate in a high risk environment out there, and we try our best to mitigate those risks, but those risks can never be zero. Flip side of that is that was my first significant avalanche involvement. I've been in the industry for maybe 25 years now almost, or at least backcountry skiing for that long. I did the math. I probably have like 3,000 days of skiing. And this isn't like specifically avalanche wise, but like the injury rate for skiers is 1 in 1,000. So if you ski 1,000 days, you're going to get injured one day. I went 30 years and didn't get injured. And then in the last 3 years, I've had 3 significant injuries, which is like hard on the brain, hard on the body, and has me thinking like about how I'm going to continue my career if my body continues to go downhill. It's like I want to hit the big cliffs and straight line stuff still. Like I'm having a hard time readjusting to this new normal of mine. But, yeah. I joke that skiing is a form of line drawing when you're out in the mountain, like the way you like manipulate the contours of the mountain and set your up track. It can be a work of art, or it can be a total scribbled nightmare. Black tea, tea bag in all day, no milk, no cream, no sugar. Bitter, like my soul. Nice. Ridge top. Personally, I shy away from heli skiing and mechanized skiing, and I just like using my lungs to get up there, and I feel like people appreciate it a bit more too if you put in some human power and blood and sweat into your day. Even if the skiing's not perfect, people tend to have a much better, they find more enjoyment in it than if they just pay $1,000 and jump out of a helicopter. Backcountry skiing is like an amazing hike to a phenomenal view, and then the best ski run of your life after. And it feels so amazing because you've worked so hard to get there too. You get a beautiful ski run, it can be so engaging that you just automatically fall into the moment. And yeah, just like it almost like forces you to be present in the moment. The safety balance, or the risk versus reward, it's like part of what keeps the job really engaging, because we're always like working through critical decision-making processes and trying to figure out where that line is between fun adventure and dangerous, life-threatening adventure. And it's never a black and white line. There's always a big bunch of gray in the middle there. We can really lower that risk to 0, and then we can stay home and not go skiing. But as soon as we click into our skis, there's some risk involved with being out there, even if it's just a twisted knee or something like that. And then as you get into the big mountain terrain, more people think about the risk as being the avalanche hazard out there. It's really good for the soul to be back outside and getting some physical exercise. It's definitely like part of my mental medicine is exercise and getting the blood pumping. So yeah, being stuck on the couch definitely like challenges the brain. I do have my art as an outlet, but I find that bring back a bunch of my inspiration for my art from being out in the mountains. So if I'm not out here, it takes even more motivation to work at those other pastimes and passions as well. That was fun passing. I see my face is frozen. We had a great day. Even though it hasn't really snowed since last year, we still found some good pow hiding in the trees in a few places up there. Got some excellent views, got some pow skiing, made some new friends. Nobody got hurt, we're all back safe. It's like mission accomplished. The ski strap, snow is sacred, science is real, and the skis are tread light, charge hard. Yeah. So like, leave nothing but footsteps, take nothing but pictures. Would be like the old-fashioned version of that. And then the new fashioned version is tracks and ashes. That's all you leave behind.